the end of World War II, Russia under Joseph Stalin had troops in all of the western border countries of Russia. He took over their governments via propaganda and with them created the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, or Soviet Union for short. The Soviet Union was a communist country, a country where everybody is paid the same for different jobs and everyone gets the same food. It's basically based on equality. Joseph wanted to increase the area and keep it safe from the Free West since they did not have enough power to take them on directly. He instead tried to take over the East and eventually the entire world with communism. He started his campaign by taking over all of those border states. As Winston Churchill once famously quoted, "From Stettin in the Baltic to Trieste in the Adriatic, an iron curtain has descended across the continent." Next on Stalin's list were Greece and Turkey, two U.S. allies, and when this happened, Harry Truman had had enough. He signed the Truman Doctrine, and that was the start of the Cold War. Over the next 50 years, they waged war over Asia, Europe, South America, and Africa. Sometimes it was direct, like in the Vietnam War and Korean War, while sometimes it was through other countries, like the Cuban Missile Crisis, where Russia put missiles in Cuba so that they could hit U.S. targets, and the U.S. put missiles in Turkey. And sometimes it was through the misinformation and disinformation propaganda. Stalin's successor, Nikolai Khrushchev, said, "We will bury you," in 1956. Though the Russian might was not supreme to the U.S., the communist propaganda sold it. From generation to generation of Soviet leader, the economy declined and the Russians were starving, though they still sent satellites and men to space. When the U.S. put a man on the moon and beat them in the space race, the Russian people were not happy. Communism eventually failed, and when the USSR collapsed in 1991, it formed 15 different countries: Armenia, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Estonia, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Latvia, Lithuania, Moldova, Russia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Ukraine, and Uzbekistan.